I just wanted to make a quick video talking about tips for taking your toddler to the doctors for their checkups or for any other reason. Um, when up until maybe a year, doctor's appointments for the first year are pretty easy. The baby doesn't anticipate where they're going. There's no fear usually involved. They're pretty good about sitting on the scale and getting weighed and measured. But from a year on with my daughter, the last few times I've gone to the doctor, it's been a little challenging. So the last time we went, I did a bunch of things and they worked really well. So I wanted to share them. Um, as a lot of you moms of toddlers know probably, and maybe do similarly to me, you don't give them too much of a heads up. So, because they don't quite get time concepts overly well yet. So just the day of her doctor's appointment, I started preparing her and saying, we're going to go see the doctor today and getting all excited about it. So not too far ahead of time, but also not just showing up to the doctor without having warned them. So a little bit before nap, I talked about it. We read her Doc McStuffins book. Another great suggestion is to watch an episode about going to the doctor or have a book about going to the doctor. So I know there's a Daniel Tiger episode about going to the doctor. You can watch Doc McStuffins, and a lot of the shows have an episode about going to the doctor. You can probably find them on YouTube or find a storybook that you read every time before you go to the doctor. Another thing that was really helpful is she has a doctor's kit. And so lately we've been playing doctor about a week and a half or so before we went to the doctor. We got the doctor's kit and it has like a pretend needle in it. And so she checks our temperature and listens to our heart and gives us a needle. And we're just really positive about everything when we're playing pretend doctor. So she'll check out her baby brother or she'll use her doctor kit on one of her dolls. So that really helped a lot. And what we did this time is we brought that doctor kit along with us to the doctor's office. And I opened it up and she actually got some things out of it while we were there, similar to what the doctor was using, the stethoscope, things like that. So that helped a lot, and you could tell she was very proud to be bringing that in with her and showing the doctor that kind of thing. Another suggestion is bringing, if you know your child's going to be getting a needle, bringing character Band-Aids or fun Band-Aids from home. So hopefully your doctor wouldn't have an issue with that, but you can get them out and say, oh, we're going to get a needle, and you get to wear this cool Dora bandage or whatever kind of bandage character your child's into. So that can be helpful. And another thing, when they are a bit younger or even when they are a toddler, you can bring a favorite comfortable blanket, because often you have to undress your child. And sometimes we can be waiting for up to half an hour, 45 minutes before our doctor's able to come in and continue the exam. So the child needs to get their clothes off right away to be weighed and get their height and everything from the nurse. But then often you wait quite a while, so your child's sitting there just in a diaper perhaps and feeling kind of cold or vulnerable or what have you. So if you say, let's take off your shirt or whatever so we can wrap you in your favorite blankie and get all cozy, so that can help. Also, another tip is having an incentive for after the doctor. So once you finally get to the doctor's office, you can say, once we see the doctor, we're going to go get a Timbit after, or a donut if they're an older child or whatever. Or even having one of their favorite snacks with you and say, once we're done seeing the doctor, we're going to have our favorite snack and a cup of juice in the car on the way home or something like that. So that's good to talk about an incentive for afterwards. Let me just check my notes here. I had a few other things. Yeah, one thing I've been weighing the options of is, do you get there early or do you get there right on time? And this is because my daughter would just start playing with the toys in the waiting room. So if your doctor has toys in the waiting room, she would just get all excited about them, and then they'd call her name right away if we got there right on time. Whereas if you get there a bit early to play with the toys, you're there for quite some time potentially, because you might wait a half an hour to 45 minutes to see the doctor once you get into the exam room. So then it turns into an almost 2-hour visit if you're there half hour early or so to check in, play with toys a little before your name gets called. So that's a little bit debatable, but you can judge that based on your child. If that tends to happen, where they get very upset because you show them toys and get them all excited and then trying to pull them away right away from them. So you got to judge whether you want to be there for the shortest amount of time possible, or be there a bit early to get them used to their environment, talk through things with them once you're there, and let them play with the toys a little bit before they go in. So yeah, just to summarize, prepping them, but not too much preparation, because they won't get the concept of time if you're prepping them too early. They'll get confused. Watching shows that deal with visits to the doctor, being very positive about it, possibly a week or two beforehand, getting a doctor kit, and letting them use it on you, use it on them, use it on their dolls, their stuffed animals, and bringing character band-aids for them, showing it to them once you're in there, bringing a blanket to make them feel warm and cozy if there is a wait, and bringing a favorite snack and juice along for afterwards, or some sort of incentive of where you're going to go or a treat you're going to have afterwards, and judging for your child whether that you think they need to be there early or right on time, depending on the wait, and or if they need to get used to the environment if they're that kind of child. So hopefully some of those tips help with getting your child to the doctor once they're at that age where they kind of know what's going to happen. They assume they'll get a shot, even if it's not that kind of checkup. Some things to make it a little bit easier, a little bit happier. Hopefully that helps. Leave your comments below or ask any questions if I didn't cover something you had a question about. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.